Sanibonani, igama lami nginguThandeka Okabekwa, ngivela Kabekwa Mumbo Publications. Namhlanje-ke sizokwenza umsebenzi wondaweni. Ondaweni, so umsebenzi wondaweni is very broad, mkhulu kakhulu. So I've decided to just start, to just divide it into two. Hence you see, kuno part 1 and there will also be a part 2. So both presentations are quite long, so you can just listen, take a break, do the work because kunama activities as well, just to help you do well kondaweni, right? Okay, but ngaphambi kokuthi siqale senze umsebenzi, uThandeka Okabekwa ungumbhali wezincwadi ezibizwa ngokuthi Sekuyasa Nakithi. Izincwadi zethu siqala kwa-grade 7 zize ziyofika ka-matric. So if you are interested in getting our books, noma ukuzitholela yakho, sivakashele kuwebsite yethu ethi www.kabekwamumbo.co.za. Uma ufuna ukuthenga-ke ungabuye usithumelele i-email ku-publications@kabekwamumbo.co.za. So yiyo le ihandela yethu yaku-YouTube channel. Ningakhohlwa-ke ukuze sikhuthale ni-subscribe bese niya-like. So go and tell your friends and ask them to subscribe and like our YouTube page so that we can be motivated to just give you more and more and more resources just to enhance your isiZulu learning, especially for first additional language. All right. Ake siqhubeke-ke nomsebenzi wethu. So siqala-ke ngokuthi sibachaze ukuthi yini ondaweni, bayini ondaweni, what are locatives? So ondaweni-ke igama that comes from or that originates from a noun, indawo, which is a place, right? So, and a place is also known as the location. Right, so ngesingisi-ke sibabiza ngokuthi they are locatives, all right, or locatives, okay? Amagama-ke lawa asitshela ngendawo. These are the words that tells us about the place. And olimini-ke lwesiZulu-ke asinawo amagama aqonde ngqo noma amagama azimele. We don't have a lot of individual words. We do have, but-ke I don't want to confuse you. Ngizothi nje asinawo amagama akwazi ukuzimela njengasesiNgisini, njengasolimini lwesiNgisi abe ngama prepositions, okay? So sisebenzisa amagama-ke ayiziqalo ezithile. Then we use certain prefixes and also certain suffixes just to indicate noma ukuveza indawo ehambisana nebizo, to indicate a place where the noun is at. Okay, so nazi izibonelo. Here is an example of how we change or how we convert ibizo, a noun, into ndaweni. Usually you will prefix depending on the word. Here we've got an example which is ikhaya. Ikhaya, it's an E beginning word and it is a home. Luckily for this word is already the name of the place. When we change it into a locative, we don't do much, but we just get rid of the first vowel, which is E, and we substitute it with an A, and then we have ikhaya. So if we want to say at home, from home, etc. kanjalo nje sisebenzisa-ke loya mthetho, that is a rule, okay? So sinayo-ke imithetho-ke that we follow uma ngabe sakha ondaweni. Let us have a look at the number of rules that we have. So these are my rules. It's easier to understand, when I break all of these into different rules, okay? So we have umthetho 1. Umthetho 1 is rule 1, and we also have umthetho 2, which is rule 2, and we have umthetho 3, as well as umthetho 4 and umthetho 5, right? So if you look at umthetho 1, all these umtethos are simplified so that it's easy to understand, especially if you are a non-mother tongue speaker, right? So umthetho 1, you see there's a prefix which is a K, and then umthetho 2, there's a prefix which is a K, W-A, and then we have umthetho 3, which is a letter, a vowel E, all right, which is E in English. And then umthetho 4, So umthetho 1, 2, and 3, we just prefix. Okay, so we're going to start with prefixing, and then we'll move on to the words that requires us to prefix and suffix. But prefixing with the prefix a and also izijobelelo according to the end vowels. Okay, and then kube khona umthetho 5, which usually applies to nouns belonging to class 11 of the noun classes. So this has its own presentation together with the sound changes or the bilabial sound changes that we have in Ondaweni. So okwamanje sizoqala sibheke imithetho emine. We'll start by focusing on the 4 different rules of changing nouns into locatives. Kusazwakala. Right. Yonke into esiyenzayo olimini lwesiZulu ihambisana nolwazi lwakho lwebizo. So everything that we do in Zulu, it fully depends on your understanding of the noun structure. Okay, so we all know by now that every Zulu word starts with a vowel, and every Zulu noun, right, starts with a vowel, right? And then meaning all the prefixes that we use to indicate whether the noun is in singular or in plural will start with some form of ungamisa uthile. Siyayizwa leyo nto, right? Ake sibheke ke umthetho wokuqala. So this is rule 1. Ngokwami njalo lo mthetho ke usebenza emabizweni esigaba 1A namabizo esigaba 2A. All right, so in some areas it is easier to understand ondaweni when you classify them according to different nouns. Okay, so when you apply the rules according to the different noun classes. All right. So over here, I've got an example of nouns belonging to class 1A of the noun classes, right? So sithi amabizo esigaba sokuqala ngqa. Lamabizo kungaba amagama abantu noma asitshela ngabantu, the proper nouns. Singaphinde futhi sithola amagama ezilwane, but those words about animals kufanele ziqale ngonkamisa u, okufanele zibe nesiqalo esi-u, they must start with an u. We may also get some words about fruits and veggies, but also starting with an u, and also some of the words that are derived from other languages or that comes from other languages. They also belong to this class. Other than those words, we have other words that came with technology that also are accommodated also in this class, which is class 1A. So if you look at these examples of the words that I have here, so these are the ones that are in ubunye. Konje, what is ubunye? Yes, ubunye is singular because nye means how many? Yes, it means one. Right. And then this is the plural. This is ubuningi of the same words belonging to class 1A of the noun classes. Sisazwana ngithi salandelana. Right. So the vowels that are highlighted, they are all called iziqalo zalamabizo. So the white part of the word is what we call a stem word. Remember, with a stem word is the part of the word that carries the meaning. You tamper with the stem word, you may run a risk of distorting the meaning. Sisazwana ngithi. Number 1, right? Okay, so we have ubaba. So ubaba, the u of ubaba is what tells us this is a noun in singular, and ubaba is part of the word that tells us that we are talking about a father, and a father is a person. Okay. So njoba sishilo ukuthi we get common nouns about people and also proper nouns about people. Right. So if you have a noun that starts with an u and it has a stem word that does not change when you write your word into singular or in plural, and you want to change those words or those nouns into ondaweni, all you do is you just prefix. You just use rule 1. All right. Same thing applies for the same nouns when they are written in plural. They will no longer start with an u, but they will then start with an o. All right. But the words are still exactly the same. Ubaba, which is the father. Uzowi, it's a person's name. Ubanana, it's a fruit. Ubejane, a rhino. Umakhalekhukhwini, it's a cell phone. Right. So to change all of these words into ondaweni, all you do is prefix with the letter K. Do you understand? Amagama abalulekile-ke sizoloku sizwa ngawo uma ngabe senza ondaweni igama elithi ukuphongoza. Ukuphongoza is to prefix. So siphongoza ngongwaqa. Ungwaqa is a consonant. K. So uhlamvu lolu hlamvu is a letter K. And then voila, you have your locative. So ubaba will be kubaba. Uzowi will be kuzowi. Ubanana kubanana. Ubejane kubejane. Umakhalekhukhwini kumakhalekhukhwini. Can you see you don't take away anything, you don't drop anything. All you do is just prefix with the letter K. Then when you translate all of these words, they may say to dad from dad, to Zoe from Zoe, at Zoe, to the banana, njalo njalo, says the Lord. Same thing applies now with plural yakhona. All we do is pongoza. What is to pongoza? Well done. That is to prefix. So we prefix with a letter K, and then oh baba will be go baba. Oh mama, go mama. Do you think you can finish off the rest? I know you can. Well done. Okay. I guess qhubeke-ke siyobheka ngaphansi komthetho 1. So we have had a look at amagama that start with an U, words about people, words about objects, but belonging to this class. Now, going forward, umthetho 1, okay, which is what we shared on the previous slide, it does not only apply, is not only used with class 1A nouns or class 2A nouns. Remember, class 1A, it's all beginning words, which is what you see here. And class 2A is the all beginning words that we see here, right? And all of these words, they take a K. You prefix them with a K if you want to change them into locatives. Now let's have a look at the and the umu beginning words. So this is class 1. So class 1 only accommodates words about people. All right. So any word about a person, all right, a common noun maybe, yes, but it has to be about a person. Umuntu, umfana, umngani, and so forth. All right. So all those words with starting with and they are about a people, meaning the stem word tells us that this is a person. So when we change them into locatives, we prefix them with a K. So this example that I have on here, all right, this table that I have on here, it has all of these words. The word starting with an U, word starting with an and word starting with an umu as well as o. So when you change them into locatives, ugogo becomes gugogo. Umfana becomes kumfana. Utehila, kutehila. Ogogo, gogogo. Easy. Yabona ukuthi lula kanjani le ndaba? Right, okay. So enye into that I want to emphasize, okay, or maybe remind you of, ukuthi sometimes students get confused between these two prefixes for class 1, okay? So remember, the is only used with multisyllabic stem words. Like for an example, for instance, this word fa, na. The fa and the na, it's 2 sounds. So it's more than 1 sound, so you would use So the umu is only used with word stem, a monosyllabic stem word. Umuntu. Also with the objects. In objects, the same rule applies because class 1 prefixes are similar, exactly the same as class 3. The only difference is that for class 3, you're dealing with objects only, where else in class 1, it's the only the people. All right, are we still following? Okay, so umthetho 1 also applies to the street names, amagama emgwaqo, right? So nowadays, amagama emgwaqo, when they are written, you know, they may not always end with the word street, like here. You may have the name of the street as place. You may also have the name of the street as ending with drive. You may also have the name of the street ending with the word avenue. Okay, so it doesn't matter as long as it's a street, be it a small street or not a small street, but a small street or umgwaqo omkhulu, right? Okay, then as long as it starts with an U, usually as nouns, all the street names will start with an U, and to change them into locative, you will prefix them with a KU. Are we still together? So what will Upita Place be? Yes, Upita Place. Well done. Umalibongo Drive. Kumalibongo Drive. Great. Udales Avenue. Zitholele wena-ke answer. Okay, ake siqhubeke. So umthetho wani-ke ngize ngawuhlukanisa. I decided to just divide it into 1 and 1B. There's no A though, right? Just to clarify so that you can understand. Remember ukuthi-ke previous slide, class 1, we have words that are about people, and these words are in singular. It's the that changes into aba or abe. All right, okay, about people. And then also we have this class, which is class 6 of the noun classes, right? The ama beginning words. So if you look at all these 3 prefixes, if you are given a what you call a noun starting with any of these prefixes, and you want to change those nouns into ondaweni, what you need to do is drop the first vowel a and substitute the first vowel with a ku, with a ku, a complete sound. Do you understand? Let me repeat that. For aba, abe, and ama beginning words, when we change them into locatives, we drop the first vowel a and substitute it with a ku. Let's have a look at our examples. Abafana. Kubafana is a locative. Abelungu. Kubelungu. Amadoda. Kumadoda. Do we understand? Siyayithola lento ukuthi ihamba kanjani. Right. So, but-ke amagama that belongs to this class, we have an alternative. So, if you want to change them into ondaweni, and if you do not want to only prefix, but you want to prefix and suffix the very same words, you can use the rule 4. We'll have a look at rule 4, and rule 4 is about prefixing the noun with an a and suffixing the noun according to the end vowels. So, but I'm going to leave that when we get to it, then I will re-explain. But for now, this is, the rule that I want you to learn. But I want you to know that it is an alternative to these words. Okay, you can prefix with an a, them with an a, and suffix them according to the end vowels. Okay. All right, kusazwakala. Let's see if abantu baya understand yini. Nanku umsebenzi. Here is the work for you to do. Sebenzi 1. Bhala ondaweni bamagama alandelayo. Right, so there's nothing as important as reading instruction with understanding. Ukufunda ngokuqonda. Ayikho into ebaluleke njengaleyo. Right. So kuzothi-ke kwi-presentation yesibili, I will have examples of the IEB previous question papers so that you can get used to how questions are asked if you are preparing for IEB. But if you are still in lower grades, also, you can also use them to practice, because the language and grammar, it never changes. Akushintshi lutho. Okwakho nje is just to practice esiZulwini. And the more you pay attention to these rules and practice as often as you can, uzobona uzositholela u-A wakho. You will get your A, and who knows, maybe I'll get a raise. Okay, let's see. We have omakhalekhukhwini. So we're building up the vocabulary also at the same time. Right. Omakhalekhukhwini is an O beginning word. Change it into ondaweni. Number 2, abantwana. It's an aba beginning word. How do we change it into a locative? Well done. I hope you got it right. I will tell you the answers though. Ulilita. Balundaweni. All right, okay. I'm giving you a chance to just try them on your own, all right? And then I will give you the answers so you can just check my answers and compare them to yours. Then we have umkhulu. It's an beginning word. Umkhulu is a person. Amantombazane, it's an ama beginning word. At this point, I want you to use, for both of these, to use the rule that only allows you to prefix. Okay. So you can have the rule where you prefix and you suffix as, ispele sakho for when you need it. Right. Okay. I hope you enjoyed doing that exercise. I'm going to now give you the answer. Omakhalekhukhwini, komakhalekhukhwini. Abantwana, kubantwana. Ulilitha, kulilitha. Umkhulu, kumkhulu. Amantombazane, kumantombazane. Yabona iyenzeka lento? Nazo-ke. Ake siphinde futhi sizame sipractice umsebenzi ke 2. Umyalelo usafana, the instruction is still exactly the same. Bhala ondaweni. There's your key word, ondaweni. Bamagama of the words alandelayo that follows. Abazali, it's an aba beginning word. Ezundaweni, like yeah. Omalume, it's an o beginning word. Ezundaweni, asibona. Umfundisi, umfundisi is a person. It's an beginning word. Ezundaweni, abangani, ela, umngani. Are you ready to check your answers? All right, so the answers are as follows. Izimpendulo. Kubazali, komalume, kumfundisi, kubangani, ela, kumngani. Right. Yabona ukuthi umcimbi omncane lento. Right. Kuzolunga. Let's move forward. So that's everything there is to know with regards to umthetho wokuqala, which is rule number 1. Okay. Moving on to rule number 2. So rule number 2 awuhluphi. Ungakhohlwa njalo ukusubscribe bese like i-channel yethu khona sizokwazi ukuqhubeka nokukulethela lolu lozolo lomsebenzi ozokusiza ukuthi uthole A bese sithole i-raise. All right. Lo mthetho kusebenza kuphela emabizweni asitshela ngezibongo zabantu, people, surnames. If you are going to the Mkizes, you're going to the Dubes, you're going to the Jones, you're going to the Robertsons, you're going to the Manganis, you're going to Dlaminis, right? Okay, so awukwazi ke, you cannot say ngiya eDlamini, ngiya kuDlamini, not unless you're going to Dlamini as a person. Right, so if you're going to Dlamini as a person, then you can say ngiya kuDlamini, right? But if you are going to Dlamini's place, Dlamini's house, or Mkhize's place, uzothi ngiya kwaMkhize. The U changes into a kwa, and then you have a Mkhize. Yazwakala, right? And then a township in KwaZulu Natal, and right, in KZN, maybe I should say that because we doing locatives manch, so we're gonna just fix ezinye izinto that looks like a norm abantu abenza ama mistakes ngazo, right? So Umash is a township in KZN. All right, it starts with an U, or any other place which starts with an U. When you change it into a locative, that place where the U is gets substituted with a wa. Right, then it becomes Wamash. Sayibona le ndaba. Right, and then the names of the shop names or the store names, if it starts with an U, Woolworths, Pick and Pay, Steers, then where the U is, it will be a kwa. But if you have an E before the name of the place, you can't use a kwa, but you can use an E. Then it will be a Woolworths, a Pick and Pay, a whatever. Sayibona lo ndaba. Right. But again, if focus here too, it's on the names of places starting with an U. Look at this one. uZulu Natal, right? uZulu Natal igama eliyibizo. This is a noun, right? And how do we see it's a noun? Sibona ngaloya u, uyabona igama lendawo. So to change it into a locative, the U becomes a kwa. That is why uma ngabe umuntu ebhala ukuthi KwaZulu Natal. What is wrong there? You've got an A, you've got a kwa. Two locatives in one word. Yagang. So we don't do that. All right. Okay. So uZulu Natal, or a place where a specific group of people lives. All right. And if it starts with an U, then we'll say kwa. Like for instance, uZulu. uZulu is the nation. All right. Isizwe. Okay. So when you go into where they stay, which is Zululand, then you prefix uZulu with the kwa, then you say ngiya kwaZulu. I'm going to Zululand. Sayibona lento ukuthi sebenza kanjani. Ngaphinde-ke nibhale u-A KwaZulu Natal. That's a big no-no. Right. KwaZulu Natal, not A KwaZulu Natal. That is incorrect. Okay. Siyabonga. Ake siqhubeke-ke sibheke umthetho olandelayo, umthetho wesithathu. Right. This is umthetho obalulekile. It's very important, and it's the last umthetho that allows us to prefix only, to pongoza only. Right. From umthetho 4 onwards, we pongoza and we jobelela. Jobelela is to add on, it is to suffix. Seyizwa lo ndaba. Right. Ake sibone ukuthi kwenzekani kumthetho 3. Umthetho 3 kuthiwa ukwakha ondaweni, construct or to build a locative or ondaweni ngalamabizo with nouns, the following nouns. We pongoza ngo konje, what is to pongoza? You are so smart. Pongoza is the prefix. Well done. Right. We pongoza with an A. Okay. And in place of the first vowel. So where you have an E, can you see you've got Egoli, Epitoli, Hillcrest. So, and then we have umhlanga, we've got an U beginning word. Kwenzakalani la. Right. I guess bonege is bonelo. So if you are given a word that is already the name of the place and it starts with an E. Egoli, Johannesburg, that's a noun. Epitoli is a noun. Pretoria. Hillcrest is a noun. Hillcrest. Then we have Umlazi, starting with an U. Another township in KZN, the biggest. Right. Then we have Umhlanga. Umhlanga, it's a suburban area also in KZN around Ballito. Right. Those who are from Ballito, they will know this place. Right. Nalabo who goes on holidays, bahlale baye bathi siya eMhlanga. Uyayizwa lo ndaba ukuthi usuke wenza locative. Right. Emhlanga. So those two words are an exception. As much as they start with an U, we can say KwaMlazi, we can say KwaMhlanga. All right. But kukhona enye indawo eseswazini ekuthiwa KwaMhlanga bona ngoba ama-noun clauses abo ahamba ngendlela ehlukile. So when they convert nouns into locatives, then they follow different rules, which are not, very different to rules that we follow in Zulu. Okay, but what I want you to know, Guti, Umlazi and Umhlanga will both take an A when you change them into a locative. Imbo, which is an area around Hillcrest, and also around Enye Imbo is in Umkababa, right? Along the south coast, if I'm not mistaken. Ishowe. Abantu mabe, when they go there, say, Ngiya Eshowe, Ishawi, right? Ngiya Eshowe, Eberia, Victory Park, Rosebank as locators, because all of these words are names of places and they all start with an E, except for these two. Siyayibona le ndaba, right? I guess Boneg, if you can work out these examples. Igoli as endaweni. Okay. Hillcrest as undaweni. Okay. Ipitoli. Easy, ne? And then Umhlanga. I don't want to hear any KwaMhlanga there. Right, well done. Okay. So Igoli, Egoli, Hillcrest, Hillcrest, Ipitoli, Epitoli, Umhlanga, Emhlanga. Yazi yamnandi into. Ake sibone futhi ku rule number 3. Ukuthi rule number 3 uyaqhubeka kube namagama athile engithanda ukwabiza ngithi akhethekile. Right. Kodwa ke ekukhethekeni kwawo Akuwona wonke amagama are about places that only takes a prefix when they are converted into a locative. But these ones are very common, okay? So, and the reason why I chose these ones, it's because niyazi ukuthi abafundi, when you give them la magama, they would want to prefix them and suffix them. These words, you only prefix, you don't suffix. You pongoza them, you don't jobelela them. Right. So isibhedlela is already the name of the place and it's the hospital. So you can't have esibhedleleni. You prefix with an e kulamagama kuphela. That's all that you do. Umtholampilo, emtholampilo. Ibhange, it's a bank, ebhange. Ikhaya, you know this one. Umnyango, when it means outside. There we go. Isitolo, the shop or the store. Right. Uyayibona lento. You have ebhange, ekhaya, emnyango, esitolo, prefixing with e. Seyithola leyo nto. Right. So ngaphandle-ke kwalamagama, because lamagama ke mawabuka, they have different prefixes because they belong to different classes. Okay, I just want you to learn them and know ukuthi they are already names of places, even though there are other names of places, words about names of places that takes both the prefix and the suffix. We will have a look at those later. All right. I guess kubegeke. So umthetho number 3 ube futhi-ke u-accommodator amagama asitshela ngezinkathi zonyaka, the seasons of the year, spring, summer, autumn, winter. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. In Zulu, what are those? Intwasahlobo, ihlobo, ikwindla, ubusika. Right. So nakhona we change these words. When we change these words into ondaweni, all you do is prefix them with an a. I'm not going to even give you the answers. Remember, when you prefix, you have to drop the first vowel. If you don't drop the first vowel, then you'll have another tlakarash that I don't even understand, that you will not even understand. All right. So siqhubeke-ke sibheke futhi-ke ku-rule 3. So rule 3, uhamba uhambe uze ufike nasemagameni esiwabiza ngokuthi ayizinkombandlela. Izinkombandlela, it's directions, or you can say these are cardinal points. As you can see the compass la, siyabona. So these are all the cardinal points with E standing for east, and that is Impumalanga. In Shonalanga, where the sun pumas, puma means come out, where the sun rises, Elanga is the sun. In Shonalanga, Shona is to die. So where it disappears is Ilanga. So we say Liashona Ilang. But then it rises again the following day. Then we have Inyagato, which is the north. And you have Iningizimu, just like Izole to our country, which is Iningizimu Africa. Okay, right. Also to change all the cardinal points into ondaweni, kulula kabi. It's very easy. Lahla the first vowel and substitute it with an A. Impumalanga, Empumalanga. Intshonalanga, Entshonalanga. Inyakatho, Enyakatho. Iningizimu, Eningizimu. And South Africa, well done, Eningizimu Africa. Other than the cardinal points, then umthetho number 3, it applies to the adverbs of time. Izandiso zenkathi in these 3, except for ntambama. Some people I know they like to say entambama. We don't have entambama. Says a lot, right? So we have iguseni, which is morning. Imini, all of these are nouns, which is during the day. Ubusuku, which is the night. To change them into locatives, all you need to do is prefix them with an a. Eguseni, emini, ebusuku. Seyithola lento. Right, okay. And then finally, kuma prefixes, kwizipongos. All right. We look at these 4 words. And these are izitho zomzimba. Leliya gama libalulekile, bayalithanda ayiphi abahloli. Or amalunga omzimba, the body parts. Okay, so of all the body parts that we have in the Zulu language, all right, these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, are the only 4 that I know of that does not require the suffix. You only prefix them with an a to change them into a locative. So when I teach in my class, I say to them, it's the head, the shoulder, the back, and the waist. The head, the shoulder, the back, and the waist. Okay, so it's easy to remember that. Then the head is ikhanda, right? Ekhanda. And then what is the shoulder? Ihlombe, with an MBE. Sorry, it's hidden underneath there. Ehlombe. And then we have umhlane, the back. Emhlane, iqolo, eqolo. But if you're going to use the synonym for iqolo like ukhalo, right? Because I know that some of you already are asking, but I thought iqolo was ukhalo. Yes, you are right. But that is a mqondofana, that is a synonym, all right? And then if you're using a synonym ukhalo, then you can't just prefix. You have to prefix and suffix, all right, with an a and according to the end vowel, a, e, or u. I'm going to end here for now. I'm going to meet you later with part 1B, right? Part 1B. Don't forget to subscribe and like channel it. So part 1B, right? How do we pongoza and jobelela? So this was only prefixing nouns to make allocatives. All right, siyabonga.